Welcome to Shorty SuperCoach. How you guys going out there? It's 20 past 12. Shorty's coming to you late at night, and the previews are normally relatively loose and random and reckless, and that's at 11 p.m. So had a late one tonight. I thought, nah, stick to it, mate. Get the preview out on a Thursday night. Well, it's tickled over Friday morning, but fuck it. We're going to get stuck in a bit of a preview. Am I a little bit sleep deprived? Potentially. But let's get stuck into it. So we're going to cover everything. There was a fair bit of relevance from tonight's game, which was utter trash. What happened there? I was working. I was listening. It just seemed like a parallel world where things didn't make sense. I mean, Gorn stuck it up as he said, fuck it, you want to trade me out? Fucking cop this. I don't know what he scored, but I can only imagine it was 150. Sticking it right up everybody who, 160. Fuck me. That's so fucking annoying. Excuse the language. That stuff pisses me off. But anyway, Petrarca was slightly down. Respectable score, but Clayton Oliver, what's going on, man? I put the VC on you, and you pull out an absolute stinker. God, that much of a stinker. It's got me nearly thrown up here. I don't reckon he's scored a 68 for years. Let's have a look. No, he scored a 67 in round 3 last year. Rightio. Well, there you go. Bowie was down. Butters is giving us a headache. I got faith in him, but what are you doing, Zach? I mean, what are Port Adelaide doing? Goodness gracious me. Shocking stuff. So we're going to get stuck in the SuperCoach soon, but it was a strange old night. Looked like a stinker of a game. Seemed like Max Gawn and Luke Jackson dominated the airwaves. Boak just continues to do what he does like a freak. But yeah. How are you guys going anyway? Let's just calm things down and just have a real chat, one-on-one. How are you travelling out there? Are you happy with your SuperCoach team? Things going okay? We'll take a look at the teams in a minute. Not too much carnage. There's a few little bits and pieces to think about. But hopefully you guys are travelling all right. No trades for me this week. No trades for me. So it was an interesting week too. A bit of a bomb was dropped in Shorty's life. Nah, that's a bit dramatic. But obviously I have started studying TAFE, doing some youth work at TAFE. And it's always interesting when I enter into new groups or workplaces and that type of thing, because it's always a matter of time before they find out that old Shorty has a YouTube channel. It's always funny to gauge the reaction. And it took till the last week of term 1 for them to find out, but it was dropped on Monday. Not voluntarily, but so I have a spare room in our place, and there was a girl at TAFE that needed a place to stay. I said, hey, you can rent that room out if you like. Cool, sweet, come check it out. She comes, have a look, meet the boys, chit-chat, and of course the lads throw me under the bus and be like, oh, you should see his YouTube channel, rah, rah, rah. And she was like, what? Shorty's got a YouTube channel? And it didn't come out on Monday. I think it might have been Tuesday. It came up, and it was funny. I'm always kind of like, not self-conscious about it, but just you never know what people kind of think, and it's always a weird experience when they're like, oh, what's it called? They look it up and they're watching you and you're there. I'm like, what's going on? But yeah, that was pretty funny. But they're a good crew. I enjoy the TAFE life a lot. They're a funny bunch and we get along well. So probably going to have a bit of party over the holidays too at Shorty's place. That should be a bit of fun. Crack open the Malibu, get a little silly. So that should be fun. We were talking to TAFE, right? We were just at lunch. We were just throwing around the big topics, What's the best chocolate in the favourites box? What's the best shapes, flavour, I mean, in my opinion, probably that marvellous little chocolate with the popping candy. I fucking love that stuff. And the barbecue shapes. It's an oldie but a goodie. Takes the cake for me. And then we were talking about how you do your Milo, all the big topics. Vegemite, pantry, fridge. Belongs in the pantry, doesn't it? Surely. And then we got onto one that I didn't expect. And I was flabbergasted. And I want to get your views. big spoon or little spoon. And I'm not talking in the bedroom, you little freaks. Jesus Christ, calm down. I'm talking cutlery. Now, for me, it's a horses for courses deal, you know. But particularly, it was surrounding cereal intake. Now, the majority were exclusively small spoons. Just rocking the little spoon. I was confused because I'm more of a big spoon guy. There you go. But you know, I was surprised. So what do you use out there? Surely you just use both. I mean, it's a horses for courses kind of thing, isn't it? Oh, gee, I was taken aback. And while we're on cereal, if you have soggy Wheat Bix, please get the hell out of here. Unsubscribe immediately. No, obviously I'm kidding. Oh, I'm obviously joking. But I'll keep you around. I love your support. But if you do like soggy Wheat Bix, just don't tell me. I'd rather not know. But they were the big topics tackled at TAFE today and throughout the week. So how long have I been going here? 6 minutes, and I have barely talked SuperCoach. I think the motto of this channel just about is come for the SuperCoach, stay for the banter, because, you know, I didn't give you too much tonight. Clayton Oliver VC, trash. Keith Butters, trash. I apologise. Trey Gorn, trash. I apologise. But let's get stuck into these teams. I think I'll timestamp this one, just in case you're not a big fan of the waffle. But I think most of us love a bit of a chat out there. We love a bit of banter. So let's go through. I reckon O'Connor's going to come in, and I reckon he's going to tag Neil. So if anyone's out there thinking VC on Neil, I wouldn't be surprised if O'Connor just sits in his pocket for most of the night. Laddams, I wonder if he could become somewhat relevant in due course with Hickey out. McInerney's back. That's got to help a few. This was probably the main one that affected my team and potentially yours. Dill Stevens dropped. That hurts. He's got a break even at 2. I reckon he's a prime candidate to be named as the sub. So that makes things awkward, particularly if you're looking to loophole. So if you are looking to loophole Dill Stevens and your VC goes well, make sure you check if he's named sub before you go putting the C on him, trying to get the loophole. Just make sure he isn't named sub, because you don't want him coming on and all of a sudden your captain score is Dill Stevens 18. So you don't want that. So just keep your eyes peeled for that one. Nothing too much for North. DeGoey might affect a few. Willie Rioli coming back might be handy for a small percentage out there. I don't think there was too much really. I thought it was interesting that Lloyd Meek was dropped for Sean Darcy. I reckon that makes Sean Darcy a real watch. You know, let's just see how he builds into the season. And clearly they want him to be the sole ruck. So like he was last year, I mean, it makes sense. I might check some of these extended benches. I haven't checked those yet. Pretty straightforward there. I mean, Hinge is on there, but he'll be named. Don't stress about that. I think this Langers said Hayes was on. So Jack Hayes named extended bench. Now Mason Wood will definitely get picked. Butler will definitely get picked. Patton will get picked for sure. It could be Adam McKenzie and Hayes, you know, unless, you know, I'm no St Kilda expert, but I'll be interested whether he's in the side come tomorrow night, whether he is named. That'll be interesting. And we got our boys, Conor McDonald and Josh Ward, nicely placed on the field. That's how we like it. And Corey Durden also will hurt some. Old mate Paddy Dow. Hello, Padwa. What's going on, brother? George Hewitt, he'll get named, of course. That's no dramas there. And I reckon that's about a wrap. So let's dive into how my team is looking, or at least how I'm shaping up for the week. And I might just stop the video there. Only get the old 10 minutes with your free Bandicam edition. Ooh, my sense of timing was impeccable there. I sensed it was close to the 10 minutes, then bang, cut me off almost straight away. that hurts me looking at that 68. I'm getting rid of that. It's disgusting. Can't bear to look at that, Clayton. Fuck me, man. So I think I'm going to go Jack McRae as my skipper. Josh Ward comes onto the field for old Dill, and I'm keeping him. Look, there's a chance that he could be back in the side in 2 weeks. He's got a handy break even. Of course, he'll lose that 95 soon, but I'll only trade him if I really see a guy on the bubble that has to be brought in. So it's not panic stations just yet. I'll go the emergency on Sammy. Chuck the emergency on Connor. Not that these really matter too much. Hugh, what's going on? I'd like a response from Rochelle. I really would. I can't believe how good Butter's first 2 weeks were and then how trash his next two were. Grinds my gears. It really does. Grinds my gears. It's funny how you finish a week and you go, I'm really pleased with how this side's going. I'm really pleased. Then one drizzly Thursday night and you're like, shit, I don't know how my team's going now. But anyway, we'll see how the weekend evolves. Now, some actual advice. Probably the reason you came to this video, for me to actually give you some thoughts other than trash talk. It's what you get at 12:30, guys. It's what you get. It's why I probably shouldn't film a video at this ridiculous hour, because I need some sleep. I wrote some notes down through the live stream. These were some of the big talking points. I could probably take Butters away. I think the main thing I want to discuss, in fact, will it tell me who's being traded in and out? This always gives me a good little inkling of what the hell's going on. I reckon we can discuss a bit of this. Now, Tim English was spoken about a lot, and what we're seeing a lot of is Grundy out, English in. Now, I definitely am against that. Grundy hasn't been too bad at all, okay? He hasn't been at his 130 averaging best, but he hasn't dropped under 100. I know the gut feel is to just, let's get English. He's the flavour of the week. You know, he's going to go up in price. Yes, he will, but he'll also return to a maybe not 520, but we'll be able to get him around 540, 550. He will plateau at some stage. So I'm missing the initial boat of Timmy English, but it'll circle round and I'll get back on it another time. Tom Green does look like the real deal. Again, I'm happy to watch on from afar, and if I pick him up throughout the year, I do, but I had a question during the week saying Clayton Oliver or Tom Green. I was like, Clayton Oliver, sure. Doesn't look as good now, but I stand by that. You know, you always go the guy who's got the runs on the board. Rochelle, you know, he's been dropped. Look, I think a lot of people needed to do it for their own personal reasons. I still think he could be a good cash cow. And Bowie, that would have hurt a few, because obviously he's still going to make massive cash, but when you throw in a 48 or whatever it was, that stings. What I really want to talk about today is my thoughts on Preuss and just this ruck department, and that was probably the main ones. Braydon Preuss, I want to get another look at him. He's been named as the main man in the ruck again. That's really promising signs. I think just his history, he's been so untrustworthy, hasn't he? He's been so unreliable. He's teased us and he's hurt us in his short career. It's not that short, but he hasn't played many games. It's been around for a while. Now, I just want to see one more week, see that he's going well, get picked as the main ruck in his third game, then jump on. I'm anticipating that it would be likely, unless Witts goes nuts. Let's say Preuss comes out and scores 87. And Witts scores 88. Random numbers. But Witts goes up to, 425, 430. And Preuss is looking like a real deal in the ruck. I would pocket that coin via Witts. I think what a lot of you guys will do, if Hayes plays, that's great. If he doesn't, whatever. That's why I recommended you to not have him at R2 the other week, because I thought his job security was iffy. I hope for your sake he does play if you're staring down the barrel of a 0 or Hugh Dixon. Regardless, I think a lot of people will be trading Hayes to Preuss, possibly this week, definitely next. I mean, Hayes will still make you money, so it makes the transaction slightly better. But if it's a matter of copying a 0 or a 40 or a 50, because Hayes is playing predominantly forward now, then it makes sense to pull the trigger early on Preuss. But I'm very much happy to just take it all in, watch him go round again, then make an informed decision. Otherwise, you got to get Nick Martin in. I think a lot of us already have. And I think that's the bulk of it, really. I don't think there's too much else to think about. There isn't anyone desperately on the bubble that I think's a must-have cash cow. There wasn't anything like that. So I just think the main thing is to start planning and get the guys in that are going to make us cash. If you don't have Hinge or if you don't have whoever it might be, make sure you got them. I know you would have missed one price rise most likely, but it's still important. And I'm happy to just have a chill week on the trades. I don't want to be too trigger happy. But really, I think a lot of the talk was about Preuss and English as well, getting that ruck department. Credit to you if you're stuck with Gawn. Your faith would have been absolutely repaid. So that's credit to you. So, but I might wrap it up there, to be honest, guys. This was a pretty random sort of a video. I will have another video out tomorrow looking at the break-evens and some guys to keep your eye on that might be falling premiums either in the next couple of weeks or the next month type of deal. So a bit of a new sort of segment. But yeah, I'm going to the Brisbane-Geelong game, which I'm super pumped about too on Friday night. So looking forward to that. That should be a big game. So I can't wait to get to that one. But yeah, otherwise, thanks heaps to everyone who joined into the live session. Had the quiz going. That was heaps of fun as well. So that'll be back too. But yeah, thanks again for all your support. If you haven't subscribed already, feel free to do so. Give us a comment. Let us know how you're traveling. But otherwise, I'm sitting on my hands. I'm not doing any trades this week, and just gonna evaluate it at the end of the weekend. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'm about to stop this one, edit this, grab myself an Easter bunny out of the fridge, just go nuts. So probably eat half a bunny. That's where I'm at these days. Just a guy sitting in the lounge room eating an Easter bunny, editing YouTube videos. It's just me. But anyway, I'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers.